Have you ever stood at the edge of the ocean and just stared out at the waves? You see this vast, endless blue stretching all the way to the horizon. It's beautiful, it's powerful, it's mysterious. But what if I told you that the biggest secrets aren't on the surface but deep, deep below? What if entire cities, places where people once lived, loved and dreamed, are now silent kingdoms under the sea? It's a wild thought, isn't it? If you ask anyone to name a lost underwater city, one name always comes up first: Atlantis. It's the undisputed king of sunken kingdoms, a legend that has captured our imaginations for more than 2,000 years. The story is just too good to ignore. It speaks of a magnificent island nation, a paradise of incredible wealth, advanced technology, noble people. This wasn't just any city, it was the capital of a global empire, a superpower of the ancient world. The very name, Atlantis, conjures images of gleaming towers, flying machines, a society so perfect it seems like a dream. It's the ultimate lost world, the grand prize for any explorer. The tale of Atlantis comes to us from the Greek philosopher Plato. Around 360 BC, he wrote about this incredible place in his dialogues. He described it in stunning detail. A city built in perfect concentric circles of land and water, massive temples covered in precious metals, a powerful navy that ruled the seas, wise kings descended from Poseidon, the god of the ocean himself. Was Plato teaching a cautionary lesson about pride, or recording a lost historical event? So, where do you even start looking for a place like Atlantis? Plato gave us one major clue. He said it was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules. To the ancient Greeks, the Pillars of Hercules was what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. It separates Spain from Morocco and connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. This clue points directly out into the vast, deep Atlantic. For centuries, people imagined a lost continent between Europe and the Americas. Modern geology tells us there is no sunken continent in the middle of the Atlantic. What if Plato wasn't talking about a massive continent but something smaller? And what if his location was misinterpreted over time? One popular idea centers on Santorini, a volcanic island that exploded in ancient times. Let's leave the Mediterranean and travel east to the coast of India. Here we find another incredible story of a magnificent city lost beneath the waves. This isn't just any city, this is Dwarka, the legendary kingdom of Lord Krishna. The stories of Dwarka are found in ancient texts like the Mahabharata. They describe a fortress city, a golden metropolis built on an island. It was said to have been meticulously planned, with wide streets, grand public meeting halls, and over 700,000 palaces made of gold, silver, and precious jewels. The legend says Krishna asked the sea god for land to build his new capital. The sea god pulled back the waters, revealing a piece of land for the city. There the celestial architect built a fortified, shining capital. For centuries, people considered Dwarka a sacred myth, but what if it had a real counterpart? Let's look at the science and the searches that followed. The search for the lost city of Dwarka brings us to the coast of Gujarat, a modern city that bears the same sacred name. In the 20th century, archaeologist Dr. S.R. Rao took the texts seriously. He began excavating on land around the modern temple, and found artifacts and remains of older settlements dating back thousands of years. But the texts said the city was submerged, so the team went offshore. On sonar they saw shapes that changed everything. In the Gulf of Kambat they found the remains of a huge submerged city. Side-scan sonar revealed massive stone structures and grid-like street patterns. They mapped foundations, streets, and what looked like a planned city. Divers went down to see if the sonar image matched reality. They recovered stone anchors, pottery, beads, and building blocks. Carbon dating suggested some samples could be astonishingly old, estimates as far back as 9,500 years. Naturally, a discovery this big provoked intense debate among archaeologists. But with artifacts, structured stonework, and a matching location, the link to the texts is compelling. Our next dive takes us to the far side of the world, to the southern tip of Japan. Just off a small island called Yonaguni lies a controversial underwater site. In 1986, a diver found a colossal terrace stone formation rising from the seabed. It looked like it had been carved by human hands. It spans roughly the length of a football field and is as tall as a 5-story building. Flat terraces, towering steps, and perfectly straight 90-degree angles are visible. There are head-like formations, a turtle-shaped rock, and an arena-like depression. When images circulated, many thought, that can't be natural. Some imagined an ancient temple complex or lost city. The discovery sparked fierce debate among researchers and the public. if human-made geologists estimate it would have been built at least 10,000 years ago. During the last ice age, sea levels were much lower. Coastlines were very different then. A 10,000-year-old near pyramid would challenge our ideas about prehistoric societies. On the other side of the debate are geologists with a simpler explanation. Yonaguni is sandstone, which tends to fracture in straight planes. Millions of years of erosion and wave action can create terraces and sharp angles. Scientists point to natural features and the lack of tool marks. They call much of what we see pareidolia, our brains finding patterns where none were intended. So, what's the verdict, ancient city or clever rock? We still don't know for sure. Either way, Yonaguni is a remarkable place that fuels our imagination. Finding a few scattered stones on the ocean floor is one thing, but an entire city is different. The ocean is too deep, too dark, and too big to just look down from a boat. It starts with old stories, maps, and historical texts that point us where to search. Once a search area is identified, the high-tech work begins. The most important tool is side-scan sonar. It maps the seafloor like a photograph. A towfish is pulled behind the ship, sending sound pulses that bounce back to create an image. Operators look for straight lines, circular patterns, signs of human construction. Targets are inspected with ROVs, robotic submarines equipped with lights and cameras. ROV cameras reveal detailed views and manipulators can recover artifacts. Human divers still perform careful excavations, measuring and recording every find. Recovered artifacts are dated and conserved in labs to build a timeline. By combining texts, sonar, robotics, and diving, we pull back the curtain of water. Each discovery adds a piece to the human story. The work is slow and painstaking, but it matters. Every expedition brings us closer to answers. We dove into Atlantis, explored Dwarka, and puzzled over Yonaguni. We seen real ruins off India's coast, and a giant terraced monument near Japan. These stories make you realize how much could still be hidden beneath the waves. The oceans are vast beyond comprehension, and we are only just beginning to scratch the surface. At the end of the last ice age, sea level rose hundreds of feet, drowning coastal landscapes. Vast areas that were once inhabited are now deep underwater. There could be hundreds of lost cities waiting to be found. Each artifact teaches us about ancient ingenuity, art, and belief. Many cities were lost to rising seas, earthquakes, and volcanoes, reminders of forces we still face. By understanding the past, we can better prepare for the future. The greatest discoveries still lie ahead of us. So next time you look at the ocean, see it as the world's biggest museum. The ocean is waiting.